Hey guys, it's Shadow Wolf here, back with another content video. Today we're going to be making a custom lightsaber based on the Star Wars Vision series, more particular the Ronin style. Now, I haven't seen too much videos of or people making a Ronin style lightsabers. Maybe they haven't seen the Vision series, but this one I'm going to be making a custom saber. Now, I'm going to be listing the parts of what you can use to make this custom lightsaber. It's not going to be exact, but it'll be close to what you need and how to make it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so as you can see here, this is my version of making my lightsaber. You can see how it looks much like a katana in that sense. So as I mentioned before, I will be listing some of the parts you need on the top left hand corner that suits better than any other parts that you can use and what actually looks good to make it. So let's go ahead and get right into the emitters. Now, the first emitter that I chose, in my opinion, is the patience emitter. I just like the way how it looks, especially how how the cut is angled up, and it gives it that little detail. So just little details like that kind of looks good. And the next one I think it would actually look good, in my opinion, is the diligence. Now, if you're the type of person that likes small details, this one will be a good one. This one has the nice engravings on the actual metal piece on the top. This kind of gives out more of like a royalty family from the empire or from the emperor, like in the dynasty era. So, you know, this would be a good one if you like small details or just like a custom engraving into it. So without ado, this is a good choice. The next one I thought was a good choice is Serenity. It's a simple little design, modern, simple, and it's not really flashy, and it gives out more space for the lightsaber blade to show up, in my opinion. So this will be a good example of a simple design without having to have any issues. So the next one I like is the persistence. So if you want to make it how would you say, like a Sith style Ronin saber, persistence is a good choice to have. I like the cutout and how the forks and the points actually sticks out. It gives it that nice, like a Darth Vader Ronin style lightsaber. This is actually like a unique look. I love the way how the color contrast and all that. But to be honest, it would be my second choice if I wanted to make it into a Sith Lord Ronin style lightsaber. So this would be a second choice, in my opinion, with persistence. Now, another simple one you can use is the duelist. Duelist, I mean, it's okay. It's something simple, nothing too flashy. It does a job in a sense. It kind of gives out more like a basic katana like lightsaber style. Now, it's not as anything special as a Serenity style, but this one will do the job if you're looking for a much basic style and you just don't want nothing flashy on the emitter parts. So that will be another good choice. Now, I'm a little bit mixed with Centauri Kree. Don't get me wrong, I only put this on there just because of the fact that it has a cutout on the side of her little design pattern. But it does give me that whole Gundam 5 or Gundam Freedom neck saber swords. So that kind of gives me that vibe, and I figured, you know what, I'll just toss that in. So this will be like my last choice for the emitters on this one. Now onto the vents. There are a couple of vents you can actually use. This one is the Justice vents. It's the smallest ones you can get. They're simple, not too bad. The color is split, in my opinion, and it shows more of the vents. So if you want something small, Justice is a good choice for a small vent. For Patience, it's another good choice for a small vent for your lightsaber. Mainly, it actually has a nice cutout on the side. You know, it's not as small compared to the Justice, but it does the job. Now, if you want like a mid to a long size vent, my choice will be the Hunter. That will be your probably a third choice. The cutout and the color contrast between the two kind of sticks out pretty good. Now, I was surprised with Edgehog. This one actually looks pretty darn good. Again, it actually has a nice cutout, and it gives it that nice definition of a two-tone color. Now, I'm a diligent, in my opinion, mainly for one reason is because it has the nice engravings on the actual vents. Now, you can actually use and choose different ones, but I went with diligence even though it's a little bit thicker to the taste of the Ronin saber, but that's what I went with. And then we have this last one. Now, unfortunately, with persistent, the vents I could have done, or I could have chose better, but you know, I figured I'd throw that as an optional. Now, onto the Switch, we have the Justice, which I prefer that one since it's close to an actual katana looking. But you can also use Hunter, and it has a nice color palette to it. And what makes it unique is the little fabric wrapped onto it, which just gives it like a traditional Japanese style. So I would say Hunter would be my second choice you can have. You can also use Centauri Kree lightsaber switch. I like the design of the wings. I just don't like how the switch is really opened out. It looks like someone took a big chunk of the switch. So that would be like my last choice in my opinion. Persistence is a good choice for a modern katana style since it has a round shield plate. But what makes it unique, it has two coils that connects to the switch to the vent, so it kind of distributes the power. Now I know I skipped this the grip on it, but I figured we go to the pommel and come back to the grip later. So for the pommel, I use Harmony just because it needs to be something flat. You can also use Centauri Kree pommel, because again, for a katana or a Ronin style lightsaber, you need to have something flat on the bottom. Because a lot of the traditional Japanese swords, they don't really have anything pointy or anything like that. So you gotta use something that's flat. And as you can see in the video, a lot of them has that flat piece. Now, if it has a D-ring, that's even better, just to give it that unique look. But something like Edgehawk or Hunter or even Diligence just does not stand out pretty well because of the way how they're designed and the way how they have that spacing or that ridges that just doesn't look or make sense, you know. So the one thing I will say that looks really unique is Serenity. Serenity is a good unique. It's a good combination for crossguard, especially with that gold plate cutout. And what makes it more unique is that it actually illuminates the lightsaber color on the bottom. And as you can see, I have purple right there. So that's what I liked about that one. But again, it depends on your preferences, but it has to be something flat on the bottom. Okay, it can't be like anything with a tooth or anything with ridges or anything like that. It has to be something flat. Even Justice, you can even use that one. It may not be the best looking thing compared to the other choices, but like I said, like Temperance and Edgehawk is just not a good thing. So for me, Harmony was the way to go in my opinion, and it just has that nice two-piece steel that you can actually use, and it just gives it that nice unique look. So with the actual Switch, I figured I'd do something different. So there's two ways you can do it. You can have Justice for both grips, or you can have the main lightsaber with the Justice grip and use Serenity as your secondary lightsaber grip. The reason why I said you can choose either or, mainly because the Serenity, if you have it set to your secondary lightsaber, you use it as a crossguard, it gives it like a secondary or a main power source to ignite your lightsaber or to power your kyber crystal, if that makes sense. So I figured, you know, that will kind of give it like a hybrid, you know, repaired Ronin lightsaber, much like how Cal Kestis repaired his master's lightsaber with Seer's lightsaber pieces. But yeah, any other grip for the secondary just does not look great. So Serenity will be your alternative if you want to make it into like a hybrid crossguard version. But for the main one, it's going to be the Justice grip. Now I know people are going to say something about this whole Justice emitter. I know I'm going to get scolded about, oh, it looks cool, why didn't you put that as the part of the list? Well, I have a bone to pick with this one, and unfortunately, this one, it looks unique, I'll give it that, but the biggest downgrade or downside for me that I don't like is that it just looks like a bayonet. So it's like having a bayonet on your lightsaber. Now, let's be honest, if the emitter actually gives it a different shape, like an actual blade, like a blade shape, like a Darksaber shape style, yes, I would have put that on all the way. But this was a disappointment, so I never put this in one of the list. And lastly, we're going to be talking about the pommels for the crossguard. Now, the sad thing about it is there's only two pommels that actually look good. Because again, it has to be flat, and a lot of these have like the fins, or they just look like a cone shape. So the only two choices I see is the Justice, gives it like that dragon's head like pommel, at least from the Star Wars universe. And then the one I go with is the Harmony. It looks like one piece, well, it's a two piece technically. It's like a flat piece, and then they forged in, combined the gold piece to it, because like I said, it has to be round and flat. It can't be like a point or a oval shaped or a ball shaped like that. So it has to be, you know, flat. And unfortunately, Harmony and then the Justice are the only two choices for this. Now for the colors, there's a lot of colors you can choose. For me, I used the unique metal, and I went with ancient alloy. Now if you look carefully, the paint for the primary looks unique. I love the fact that it gives it like a kind of sort of like a blacksmith traditional forge, like if like a Japanese style. So I like the fact that it kind of gives it like it was made in time and in one piece. Now for the secondary, I went with the Haitian smelt, or the gold color from the warm metals. It looks natural, to be honest, and it looks polished that way. Now if you were to use like such as the lamina steel, yes, it has more yellow, it looks more gold, but the metal just doesn't look natural. You can kind of see here in the center, it looks like if it's been brushed or if it's been 3D printed. So I went with something more natural. Now on the accent part, you can actually use any kind. I just went with the unique metal, and I went with the alloy dunium. This one I just wanted to give it like a small little detail to kind of give it a little difference and to make it stand out a little bit. Because again, this is also connecting to the switch button color. So I just wanted to give it like that, like more natural metal. Now I could have gone with plastoid black, but as you can see, it has that gloss coating to it, and it doesn't make it look natural, or it makes it more plastic. So I wanted to get something that's more like a metal, natural color in the sense. And so I just went with dunium to just give it that nice natural metal look, but also it makes a difference. Now lastly, for the fabric, there are kind of 4 colors you can use. 3 of them are from the fabrics and 1 from silk. The 3 fabrics you can use is the tan color, the black cloth, and the gray cloth, which honestly the gray cloth looks more like white, to be honest. I don't know why they couldn't name it white, but that's besides the point. And then for the silk, you can use the red silk. Now, the reason why I said those 4 colors is because it's the most common color on any Ronin or any Japanese swords. If you really think about it, those are the most common color that you see traditionally. And you can tell like the silk and the cloth has a different shine to it in a sense. And that's a small little detail that gives it a more of a traditional and more of a premium luxurious feel to it. But yeah, so that's pretty much how you can make your lightsaber. Now I know in this one I didn't have the red kyber crystal chosen here, mainly because I was towards the end of the game, heading to Tanalorr, and I was about to face my final boss. So but I do have the red kyber crystal, and I'll show some pictures of how it looks with the color. And yeah, and then there you go. That's how you make your own Ronin style lightsaber here on the Jedi Survivor game. And like I said, I'll show some pictures right now with the color on each lightsaber and the color of the crystal. Now, like I said, this is a picture of my favorite color lightsaber, and you can see how the warm metal, the gold color, makes it more natural. If I would have used the lamina steel, it would have not been as glossy as this. The color stands up pretty well. Now, if you really want a true Ronin color palette lightsaber, this will be it. This will be the dark Sith Ronin style. And the colors for this is primary and secondary are the plastoid black from the Imperial color. And then for the accent, it's going to be the plastoid red, which it actually looks pretty unique. I like the color of it. And obviously for the grip, you're going to want a silk red. And that's why I was telling you that depending on your color palette, the grip is what's going to give it a nice texture look. So And again, it's just more common that way. And you can see how it just looks pretty good. Honestly, this gives it like a Darth Maul or a Lord Vader's the samurai version of it. And as you can see here, I do have the red after I beat the game. And here are some of the pictures that you can see how it looks with it. And it looks pretty amazing. Maybe obviously it could be better with the outfit choice, but for the saber purposes, it looks pretty darn good. I love the way how the color looks, especially how it really gets a nice color coding and just how it looks good with the lightsaber. Now this final one, it's a special treat. This one is the Stormtrooper Samurai style. It's basically a primary white plastoid with the secondary as plastoid black and the accent as plastoid black as well. Now the fabric is going to be that gray or the white fabric, and you can kind of see here how each color lightsaber looks on it. There's only a handful that you can use to make it look good. Red will be okay, blue will be okay, but the best one that seems to stand out the most is the purple lightsaber. And I know, like I said, it stands out pretty cool. I like the way how it looks. And you can see here, and as a dual wielder, it looks pretty darn good. And as I mentioned, with the outfit choice, maybe not so much with the outfit choice, but if I would have chose like the commando or commander outfit, which is the one that has the, or whatever the name of the outfit that has the clone trooper armor, I think that would have given like the clone commando Ronin style. You know, it could be like him being a clone trooper before, and now he's becoming a Ronin clone trooper. So I like the way how the contrasted looks and how the color pattern really looks well. And that's about it, you guys. I mean, hopefully you enjoy this video and hopefully this helps you out. If you have any more lightsaber suggestions, please leave in the comment. And as always, thank you for your support, and I'll see you guys soon.